It's the Molly Dolly Show.
Hello girls and boys, and welcome back to episode 5 of Molly's Big Decision. And here's Molly. Hello Molly. Hello Carmen. So what did you get up to today? I did some baking. You did some baking? Yes, I made some cupcakes and I made a slice for the grown-ups. A slice for the grown-ups, yum. What has the slice got in it? It's got sultanas. I like sultanas. And some choc chips. I love choc chips. So, did you bring any slice for me? No. Why not? We ate it all. Well, what about a cupcake? No. Sorry. Did you eat all the cupcakes too? Yeah, we ate all the cupcakes too. Oh, Molly. Well, at least you had a good time. You ready for us to read the next chapter? Yes, Carmen. All right, pop you back up here where you like to sit. So I've got 2 hands to read my book. And we're up to chapter 5, A Special Mission. And this is the king talking. Life here in the palace, Molly, is very, very different from life in the village. Molly was hanging on to the king's every word. Every day is exciting and new. All these children and adults used to be orphans just like you. I invited them to join my family. They each said yes, and now they live with me. Molly asked, "Are you married, Your Majesty?" "No, Molly. These wonderful people are my family." Molly turned to look at the younger children at the table. What do they do all day? Do they ride in the coloured boats? Do you have a playground? The king laughed and replied, "Yes, I have a playground, but we do much more than play and ride boats. The young people do special jobs for me. They are from different villages in my kingdom. Most days they go back to their own village and deliver my message." "Is that what I would do, Your Majesty? Would I become a postman and deliver your letters?" Molly asked eagerly. "Not quite, Molly," the king answered with a little twinkle in his eye. Suddenly a golden pouch appeared in Molly's lap. She reached down to touch it. It felt so soft. She loosened the cord around the top and discovered it was full of small, round coloured tokens. They almost looked like sweets. "What are these for?" "Well, Molly, every day I will give you a pouch full of coloured tokens. I need you to take them to the village. There are 60 tokens today, all different colours." The king continued to explain the purpose of each coloured token. "There are 6 blue tokens. Take them to the village church and give them to the man who opens the door. The people who belong to the church work hard to feed the poor people in the village. They need these tokens to buy food." "There are 18 red tokens," the king continued. "These are used to care about people. Give them away to people who need my love." "How will I know who needs your love?" Molly doubted she would give the right tokens to the right people. "You will know in an instant when to give away the red tokens. These tokens have special magic. Trust me," he winked. "The 10 green ones are for you to trade with. If you need a drink, a sandwich, or a bus ride, use a green token. Some days you will need more than these 10, but I will always give you enough green tokens. Now the 8 brown tokens have a lot of power. Place them into the brown unnumbered box at the village post office. After you put the tokens in the little slot, a slip of paper with a message will pop out of the box. Do whatever it tells you." Molly gasped and clapped her hands. "How exciting," she said. "Well," said the king, "you will be very excited when you see what happens with the yellow tokens. Today I have placed 14 in the golden pouch. You don't have to give them away or trade with them. Each yellow token will simply disappear when you tell a village person about me. Molly eagerly leant forward towards the king. Disappear? Where? Molly could feel her heart start to race. This would be so much fun. The king patted her hand. There is one colour I haven't mentioned. Pink. The pink tokens are just for you, Molly. Today there are 4. You can use them on the merry-go-round at the village fair, see a movie at the theatre, or buy us an ice cream. The choice is yours. Pink tokens are just for fun. Molly grinned to herself as she settled back into the chair. She was excited but also overwhelmed in a good kind of way. Would you like to go to the village now and use the tokens and see if you like the job? The king asked. Yes, Your Majesty, I would, she replied softly. She gazed down into the golden pouch and continued. But I'm afraid I'll forget what each coloured token is for. Molly, the king said, don't worry about what to do. I will be with you and help you, remember. Even though you won't see me, you'll know that I'm nearby. Now there's just one more thing before you go. The king stood majestically, and Molly followed him back to the library. Reaching up high, he slid a box off the top bookshelf. It looked exactly like the one she'd received on her first visit. He handed it to Molly, who placed it on a chair. Opening the lid, she was surprised to see a beautiful white dress. Molly lifted the dress out of the box. A pink sash hung at each side and a pretty lace handkerchief sat neatly in a pocket. May I try it on? Of course. I'll wait here for you, the king answered. Molly raced upstairs to the Princess Molly room. She slipped on her new dress and caught a glimpse of her reflection in the long mirror. Oh, my, she exclaimed. I look beautiful. Molly returned to the library with a grateful heart. Thank you, Your Majesty, for my new clothes. She couldn't stop smiling as she swung round and round in circles like a ballerina. She laughed and dropped to the floor with dizziness. It's wonderful to see you dance and have fun, Molly. Now, do you still have the golden pouch? Yes, Molly replied as she lifted the special pouch from the chair in the corner. Well, today's the day. Use all I have given you. With the golden pouch safely held in one hand, Molly straightened her pretty dress with the other. The king walked her to the marble steps at the front of the palace and lifted his hand to say goodbye. Have a great time, Molly. Molly waved goodbye and walked down the path towards the village. Cook Henny explained that she was needed back at the orphanage to prepare lunch. She bent to give Molly a quick kiss on the cheek. Be on your way, dear. Have a great adventure. And that's the end of chapter 5. It's getting good now, isn't it, Molly? It sure is. It's getting good, isn't it, girls and boys? Now, Molly, I was thinking tomorrow, how would you like to help me do some gardening? I'm not very good at gardening. I have to admit that. I'm not very good. So would you help me do some gardening? I'd love to, Carmen. I love being outside doing things like that. Well, that's good. Molly's going to be my great little helper doing some gardening. And maybe you could do some gardening tomorrow too for your mum or dad. Maybe they need some help to plant some new plants, or maybe they need some help to do some weeding. Either way, it's great to be outside. Bye.